This is the cash. There. And this one is Mercedes-Benz that everyone in the world that mostly drives. That's getting up. And the money we use every day. These are the two variables. And Jesus gave two easy things to remember that are variable too. One is the bread, and two is the wine. First, Jesus gave the emblem bread. What did he want us to think of when we pass the bread at the memorial? Let's turn to Mark 14:22. And as they continued eating, he took a loaf and said a blessing, broke it and gave it to them, and said, "Take it. This means my body." Now, do you think that they will put leaven in the bread, that we put leaven in the bread now to make it more fluffy? Well, no, because Jesus had no sin. And that was the example that Jehovah used for Jesus that made him have no sin. That was one of the examples for the bread, for the leaven, for the sin. Therefore, to symbolize his body, the bread, at John 6:35, Jesus plainly said, "I'm the bread of life." He gave his body, or life, for the prospect of everlasting life. Second, Jesus gave the emblem wine. Again, what does this emblem mean? Verse 24 tells us, "And as he said to them, this means my blood of the covenant, which to be poured out in behalf of many." Wine represents his lifeblood he poured out in our behalf. We get forgiveness of sins by this means. We put faith in it. Just as the emblem shown earlier represents something variable, a car and the money. So too the bread and the wine stand for something much more valuable. Jesus' body and shed blood and the benefits that come from them. As we pass the symbols at the memorial, we may think deeply of how important it is that Jesus gave his life and blood for all mankind, including you and me.